Hi everybody, it's Brian here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. So in today's episode, we're going to be looking at 3 Redbubble shops. I'm going to be giving them an honest and constructive critique, basically going through what works, what doesn't, what needs to be improved upon, and provide some actionable tips that not only they could actually put into place, but even yourself, as you watch this episode, maybe perhaps there are certain nuances of this shop that needs improvement that probably can be said about yours as well. So it's a jam-packed episode. I hope that you're really going to enjoy it. Stay tuned. Now, before we get on with today's episode, the fact that you're here means that you're interested in all things pertaining to print on demand. And for that, I want to sincerely thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to watch this episode. I sincerely hope that it provides you with a lot of value and actionable tips that you can actually put into place. If you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell notification icon button so that you'll be informed each and every time that I upload a video to this channel. I upload videos every Wednesday and Saturday. And the goal of this channel is to help you take your print-on-demand business to the next level. So I'm really hoping to hit the 2,000 subscriber mark by the end of this year. So with your help, I know that I can do it. So thank you in advance for clicking that subscribe button. And please do give this video a like and share it with others. It does wonders for the YouTube algorithm, and I would really appreciate it. And with that said, let's head over to my computer to start with today's Redbubble shop reviews. Okay, so welcome to my screen here, and as you can see, we have the first shop up for today's review episode, and the name of the shop is FemPod. Now, the first thing that obviously captures my attention is the banner. While it's bright and it's really nice, unfortunately, it's still focused on Halloween, an event which has already passed by almost 30 days. So obviously, if you are the shop owner and you're watching this episode, the first thing that I would highly recommend that you do is go into your dashboard and obviously change your shop banner. Clearly, you want to send a message to your customers that you are keeping up to date with respect to the events that we currently find ourselves approaching, that being Christmas. So you want to change it and either give your shop banner a Christmas feel, or if you don't want to do something Christmassy, then do something which is generic that can actually stand throughout the whole entire year without having to change it very frequently. You joined in March of 2021, so not bad already, the fact that you have 185 designs. Well done. Let's take a look at your artist profile before we continue with your designs. Now, what do we see here? So we've got basically, if you would like to buy a design in different background color, then message me. If you have any specific design requirements, then DM me. And then obviously you have some social media links here. Okay, so what would I offer as a suggestion with respect to your artist profile? Clearly, the feel that I get when I read your artist profile is that your profile is all about you, you, you. Very little about the customer who is visiting your shop. Now, guys, when we are creating an artist profile, you want to give it a little bit more of a human touch where you are trying to entice the customer to make them feel good about visiting your shop, that, hey, you're there to try and service them. Yes, you are there to make profits. You've got your side hustle going. You're hoping to make as many sales as you possibly can. But if a customer comes in and reads your artist profile and gets a feeling that, you know, the shop is all about you as a seller and very little about them as a customer, that might actually put some people off and they might bounce to another shop. So what I would definitely recommend that you do is put something about yourself. It doesn't have to be a romance novel. Just tell them a little bit about where you're from, what you like, and what your design style is. And it doesn't have to be very long, okay? And then you could tell them, and then listen, if there's something that obviously you like and you purchase, thank you very much in advance. If there's something you would like to have tweaked, or maybe you have a specific design, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me via any of my social media links, which are clickable down below. Okay, you've got your clickable links over here. So in fact, you could actually save the characters in your artist profile to explain to a customer what to do, and then they can actually click on these icons down here in order to get in touch with you accordingly. Okay, you want to make the customer feel happy that they visited your shop, that you're in it for them and not necessarily for you. Okay, so let's scroll to the top of the shop and take a look at some of the designs. So you've got a featured collection here, which is great. Again, it is targeting Halloween, so you want to make sure that you go into your dashboard and actually change the featured collection from Halloween to any of the other collections that you have listed down here over here on the side. Okay, again, you just want to make sure that you're keeping your shop current and up to date. So let's take a look at some of the designs down over here. So what's great to see is that not everything has a t-shirt thumbnail. So you've got your art boards, you've got some leggings here. You got a nice healthy balance of different thumbnails, which is great to see. So let's just take a look at, we've got this one here, neon green snake print leggings. So let's just click on that and take a look at what we have. So your title, again, neon green snake print leggings, not bad. You've got some keywords over there, which is really good. So obviously you are telling the customer this is the pattern that you're going to find. Well done for that. Let's take a look at the description. Okay, so your description reads, browse all products in neon green snake print at FemPod shop. Okay, again, this is a huge mistake that many Redbubble sellers do. They don't put enough time and effort into the descriptions, and this effectively means that you are potentially leaving money on the table. Why, you might ask? Well, in addition to the fact that Redbubble uses keyword-rich titles, descriptions, and keyword tags in order to correlate to whom they need to show your design to, there's another player in this game that can help you bring sales to your shop, or rather bring customers to your shop, and that's Google. Now, Google actually utilizes the descriptions from Redbubble when it is trying to index listings on its platform. And in fact, it uses the first 130 characters, in that little blurb that you see when you type something on Google and you get your searches coming up. That those 130 characters that you put into the description is what people are going to read when they're searching for something on Google. And if it's a snake print leggings that they're looking for, and you've given an effective description that Google can utilize, well, there's a higher chance that your design is going to be indexed higher in Google for customers to see. As it stands right now, your design is not going to be anywhere but down at the bottom, if at all. So I want to highly recommend that you go into this design, grab your title. That should be the first few words in your description. So your title, and then after, put in a short description about the title, adding keywords into it to help Google and Redbubble show your design to potential customers. Now keep in mind, with respect to Redbubble, you have 256 character limit. So you want to make sure that you're on point with your keywords, and just, tell them something about, this could be a great gift for the gym and workout lover, or for the yoga lover in you, or a friend of yours. And you also might want to consider directing their attention to considering buying this design on another product. Now, as we can see here, you offer this design on 66 of the products that Redbubble has to offer. So why not get them to consider purchasing it on a mini skirt, or maybe on an A-line dress, or one of the other products that you have targeting? Obviously, you can't clearly list all of them, but in addition to leggings, you might say also makes a great pattern for mini skirts. Just something to get those cogwheels going in their minds to actually consider, hey, I'll buy it on leggings, but that mini skirt would really look great. Obviously, if you're a woman and you like wearing mini skirts, that's something you might want to consider. So don't leave your descriptions empty. Don't leave them basic. Give it the time and dedication it needs in order to get your shop up and looking as professional and as efficient as it can possibly be. Okay? So let's take a look at your keywords here. Now we've got about 13 keywords here, which is slightly under the 14 to 17 keywords that I normally advocate for. Not too bad. What I am seeing is that the keywords that you are using are very generic and, the single word type keywords, which probably would have worked really, really well at the onset of the Redbubble, print on demand platforms coming onto the internet scene, when their platforms were still relatively empty and not as oversaturated as they are in 2021. What do I mean? Well, if we click on animal here and just right click and open it in a new tab, we're going to see that the keyword animal at the time of publishing this video comes back with 2,197,000 plus results. Now ask yourself this: how plausible is it that you think you're going to get your design found within 2 million results? In addition, most people nowadays actually search for designs that they want to purchase via their mobile phones. They are not going to scroll with their fingers until they get right down to the 2 millionth design if your design is new and obviously is at the bottom of the barrel for this keyword. So, in truth, while it does pertain to an animal, you're not utilizing your keywords in the best way possible to try and get your design ranking as high in the marketplace as you can possibly be or possibly obtain. So what do I mean? So let's just close this window here. Why not use long tail keyword phrases in order to try and find listings where the results are 1,000 or less? And yes, in 2021, 2022, this is still plausible. And in fact, it's more pertinent, more relevant than it has ever been before. So what you could do is you could actually go onto other websites like Wikipedia, stock photo websites like Shutterstock or Big Stock Photo or Can Stock Photo, and actually key in keywords pertaining to snake prints, snake patterns, and see what photographers utilize in terms of their keyword tags to try and get their photos sold by agencies or companies looking for photos. And in truth, there might actually be words, or rather keywords, that you wouldn't have considered that you could actually bring into your shop for your designs and configure them and revamp them to create a long tail keyword phrase, which would then in turn bring your design up higher in the marketplace. And also keep in mind that nowadays, not only are people typing what it is that they're searching for on their mobile devices, but they're also utilizing the audio function. So when you're coming up with your keyword phrases, try to also think about how is it, or rather, how would a customer verbalize in the audio search to try and find something pertaining to a snake skin pattern that would actually help me get my design in front of their eyes. And try to key in those keywords in place of these keyword tags that you've utilized so that obviously you will rank higher for those particular long tail keyword phrases. Now, if you don't know how to do this or if it's still unclear, I have published a number of videos pertaining to this topic. Just navigate to my channel in the video list and you'll easily be able to find them. I've done some for some fictional designs, and I've also done some episodes for other sellers where I actually help them in terms of formulating long tail keyword phrases to get their designs ranking higher in Redbubble search. So definitely recommend that you take a look at those. Okay, so let's head back to the top of your shop here. And as I stated earlier, you've got some really wonderful designs here. Um, I hope that you're making quite a number of sales, particularly in the fourth quarter. I just want to go back to the top here. Even though they are Halloween related, I do want to commend you for the style that you have with respect to these designs. They're really on point. I love the fact that the majority of them you're utilizing the same color palettes to stick to a particular type of brand idea. So well done for that. Overall, I'm really impressed with your shop. Keep it up, and I hope that you're getting a lot of sales. Or if you're not, action those tips that I just indicated to you today in this episode, and I have no doubt that you should do even better for yourself in 2022. Okay, so the next shop that we've got on today's review episode is a shop called Design Life, and the seller is from Montpellier, France. So welcome. You're obviously my first seller from France. I remember very fondly visiting Montpellier way back in, I believe it was 94, 95. Had a wonderful time. It's a beautiful city, and the people were amazingly friendly. So welcome, and I hope that you get a lot from this particular review. So with 220 designs, you've got quite a number of designs in your portfolio for us to consider. So well done for that. Now, the first thing that I would definitely recommend pertains to your shop banner as well. Now, I actually love the feel of your shop banner. There's nothing wrong with it. It's bright, it's airy, it's white. It's really good. The one thing that I would caution you with respect to your banner is the size of the designs on the mockups. Okay, I'm obviously looking at this banner via a desktop computer. I worry about somebody seeing this banner on a mobile device. 6 to 10 inches. Obviously, it's a very small monitor that they're going to be looking at. Your banner is going to be very small, and obviously your designs are going to be even smaller. If you want to catch people's attention with your shop banner, I would highly recommend that you actually increase the size of the mock-ups that you're using for your banner and zoom in on those designs. What do I mean? Well, let's take a look at this side over here. Okay, you've got this gentleman here with obviously clearly a design on the shirt, and then there's a lot of dead space over here. So what I would highly recommend you do is that you go into your photo editing program, whatever you use to actually create this banner, and take this particular photo and enlarge it so that it fills up more of the area here. This is all dead space. It's not really going to be helping your shop. I mean, it's a lovely green plant, but what does it do for your shop? Whereas what you want to ensure is that when people visit your shop, they're seeing these designs, even this one here, and you've got this gentleman over here. They're very small. You can hardly see them. So zoom in a little bit on it. It will help make the banner that much better, and it will really stand out nicely accordingly. Okay, let's take a look at your featured collection here. We've got Animal Galactique. Okay, clearly, obviously, this is French for galaxy, I'm assuming. While I have nothing against the French language per se, I'm a little bit hesitant with the fact that you are utilizing French words in your listings. Now, what do I mean by this? Let's keep in mind that a huge portion of the Redbubble customer base is predominantly English speaking, particularly from the United States. Now, if they are actually trying to find a particular design, you have to ask yourself, what is the likelihood of them using French words in order to try and find your design? Well, I'm sure that you're very proud of your language and your culture and your heritage. And again, I reiterate, I have nothing against it. We're here to try and get our designs in front of the eyes of potential customers. And a huge portion of those customers are English speaking. So if you are making sales with them and you're happy with the amount of sales that you're getting, then just ignore this advice and move on, and the world is your oyster. But if you're not getting as many designs as you would like to, I would highly recommend that you go into your designs and where you have French terminology, unless the actual design is fully French, then I would actually change the French version to an English version so that you'll index higher in the Redbubble search, and obviously people will be able to find your designs. Because at the end of the day, from what I can see, you have some really lovely designs, and it would be a pity if people cannot find them to consider purchasing. So let's just take a look at some of your designs here. Okay, so we have a lot of t-shirt designs. We've got some stickers over here too as well. So well done for that. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to be a little bit careful with respect to the type of fonts that we are using on our shirts. Let's click on this one and take a look at it. Now, we have a black font in script on a gray background. On a desktop computer, it might be easy to read. On a mobile device is going to be next to impossible. And the chances of people actually stopping to scroll and delve deeper into what your design is all about may not be highly plausible. So what I would suggest that you do is that obviously if you want to have it on a dark colored background, try to use a white text or a yellow that's sort of like within the grayish tonalities so that it will complement but at the same time contrast slightly against the background of the shirt so that people will be able to see it. So it's obviously just a thought that you could actually consider with respect to your design. Now we've got obviously your title in French too as well. Again, I reiterate what I said earlier on. And then you obviously have your description in English. So again, you're sending mixed messages to Redbubble and to Google in terms of how they're going to go about indexing your designs and to whom they're going to show it to. So again, I would highly recommend that your title, you switch it to English, or else keep the French title, but obviously change your description to French. But let's take a look at the description you use. Are you going back to school, university? Are you leaving your family and friends? This text design is the perfect choice for you. It is also the perfect gift for a person taking a risk by leaving family, a gift to offer for your friends and relatives. Okay, so you're on the right track with respect to this particular design. You're trying to paint a picture in the mind of a potential customer to whom this design would work for. So that I commend you for. And there are some grammatical issues, but obviously that's the teacher in me that's coming through with that too as well. Guys, when you're creating your descriptions, what I would highly recommend that you do is that if English is not your first language, or maybe if you are not very confident in the use of the English language, there are a number of websites that you can find for free just by doing a Google search that can help you in correcting your grammar and your syntax. Type something out on a Word document, copy it and paste it into one of these tools, and allow it to analyze and come back to you with whatever corrections it feels you need to do. And then copy the corrected version back into your description so that when a customer is visiting your shop and they are actually reading through the description, and yes, there are people who do read through the descriptions, you're going to be providing a very professional, well thought, well laid out description that is going to appease and appeal to the customer to want to help them purchase that product, or rather that design on that product. Okay, and remember, you've got a maximum of 256 characters in the Redbubble description. Google uses the first 130 characters. So you want to make sure that the title of your design features prominently at the beginning of your description, and then go on through with a supporting sentence or two pertaining to the description of your design. Okay, so let's take a look at your keyword tags. So we've got 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 keyword tags, which is absolutely fine. It falls within the 14 to 17 keyword tags that I advocate for. And you do have a few long tail keyword phrases. You've got this one here: in person, reintroduce yourself with designs from sweet to spooky. Okay, let's just take a look at this one here. Now, long tail keyword phrases are important, but there is a ways and a means of going about creating a long-term keyword phrase. Let's just take a look at this one. So as you can see here, we have 1,050 results. Now I have to be very honest with you. I didn't think there were going to be this many results. I thought there was going to be maybe one or two, because in truth, how many people would actually type this out and utilize as a search tag? But clearly, there are surprises that pop up from time to time, and with 1,050 results, this particular design stands a really good chance of being featured high in the marketplace, that people could actually find the design through this particular keyword tag. But if we had to go back to some of the other ones, you've got quotes over here, which is misspelled. So we just have to right click on that. I'm wondering what we're going to find. We've got 133 results. Okay, people could actually type this in as, from a seller's perspective, but in truth, unless a customer is really uncertain about how to type the word quotes, the likelihood of them actually misspelling it to find something is not going to be very, very high. So I would recommend that, you would remove this keyword tag from this design and come up with a more efficient, a more prominent, a more useful keyword tag in order to get your designs seen by people. Okay, so guys, in addition to your title and your description, your keyword tags are fundamentally important. And it isn't just enough just to, type out a few words without really thinking, without really considering what it is that what you are going to put into this list to help customers find your design. Give it the time and the dedication that it needs. Let's just take a look at one of your French-based keyword tags just to get an idea of how many results come back with Redbubble. So I can't pronounce this, so I'm not even going to try because I don't want to offend you. And we've got one result. Okay, so again, this is just to reiterate and prove the likelihood of people typing in this particular keyword phrase to find your design is going to be few and far between. And I fear that in keeping those particular types of phrases and keywords in your keyword tags, you're basically wasting your time. So do consider that. Let's go back to the beginning of your shop, to the top of your shop here. All right. Overall, you got some really lovely designs. I love some of the photography work that you have here too as well. These trees, okay, they really provide a nice design. You've got some, infant wear as your main thumbnail, so that's really good for that too as well. So you're giving a nice healthy balance. We're seeing pillows and abstract patterns. So there's a lot for people to see. Be careful over here. Okay, what we've got over here, we've got effectively a cap with no design on it. So let's see what happened over here. So your title is Keep Skateboarding and Stay Happy Cat. Now, obviously we can see that your design was created in black, and obviously on a black cap it's not going to come through. So you have one of two options here. Either go into the backend for this listing and toggle the white color for the cap, so that obviously when it comes up in search it's going to show a white cap with the black design. Or alternatively, you could obviously open up this design in a photo imaging or Canva or Photoshop or Photopea and effectively change the design and make it white, so that obviously it will stand out on the black of the cap. As it stands right now, nobody's going to spend 23 euros 28 cents on a cap that has no design. Okay, so it may look really, really well on your other products here. You see it looks great on red and sort of like this off-white or pinkish white. It looks great. In terms of the sticker, since it came up here, let's talk about that too. I've mentioned this previously in other episodes. I'm not certain if you actually saw any of those episodes, but when you create a text-based design for a sticker, or even if you're going to use a clip art mixed with some text, it's really important that you find a way of connecting everything together so that when the customer receives the sticker, it's not going to be in individual pieces. Or else it isn't going to be connected in such a flimsy way that if somebody had to peel it off from the backing page that it comes with, that they're not going to tear it. As we can see over here, you've just got a little bit here attaching keep and skateboarding, and then just a little bit under G to capture stay with it. But then and happy are absolutely on their own. Now, the likelihood of a customer receiving this sticker, if they were to have purchased it, and actually aligning it straight and in proportion from the above text, is not going to be that easy. And for some people, it might rub them the wrong way, in which case they might see it and say, no, I'm not going to bother buying that. It's too much work. I'd rather have a sticker which is easier. All I have to do is just peel it off in one go, and I can stick it to wherever I want to stick it, and I'm happy, and I'm moving on. So what I would suggest that you do, again, because of the fact that Redbubble allows you to upload a different design or an alternate design for each of the products, you can actually create a rectangle, a square, or even a circle background for this design in, say, white, and then just transfer your design onto the new background, be it circle, square, or rectangle, save it as a PNG or as a JPEG, and then re-upload it, so that when a customer is seeing the sticker, it's going to be one whole sticker that if they buy it, all they have to do is just peel it off in one fell swoop and stick it to wherever it is they would like to paste it to. Okay, as it stands right now, unless somebody really has the patience and the determination to buy a sticker like this and actually stick it and try to get it as close to the way they're seeing it on this mock-up here, I don't suspect that you're going to get a lot of sales for that too. So just something to consider, because again, I'm here to direct your attention to these things so that you can maximize the potential for us making as many possible sales as you can. Remember, you want to make the customer happy. You want to give them an easy and happy experience when they purchase one of your designs. And with respect to stickers, it's ever so important to make sure that your sticker design is one whole piece that's going to be easy for them to peel off and stick accordingly. Okay, so overall, I have to say that I'm very impressed with this shop. Let's just get back to the top here. And I certainly hope that this fourth quarter has been very good to you. If it hasn't, I hope that the tips that I've provided to you in this particular episode will be such that it will increase the exposure of your shop to customers and hopefully to land more sales in the not too distant future. So well done with this shop, and I wish you nothing but success. So the final shop in today's review is a shop called Mount Shots, and the name of the seller is Ursula Hearn. This person is from New Zealand, and with 53 designs is relatively new to the Redbubble scene. So welcome, and wish you loads of success. Let's take a look at the artist profile before we head through to take a look at some of the designs. So, okay, now this is exactly what it is that I was talking about with respect to the previous two artist profiles. As you can see here, this particular profile is very well balanced. Let's just go through it quickly. Hi there, I live in Mount, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that word, I apologize, New Zealand, and I am a smartphone photographer. Okay, so we're already telling our customers what it is that she enjoys doing. I love nature and the world around me. My designs are based on my photographs and the unintentional abstracts they provide. So again, she's wedding in the mindset of customers what it is that they're potentially going to see as they browse through her shop. Please tag me on my social media with your purchase. Thanks for visiting and supporting. And then obviously we have the various website links that customers can click onto. Now, this is something which I would like to encourage many of you who are watching this particular episode to actually instill within your own shops. And that is you know, the request for social proof. What do I mean by this? As you can see here, Ursula wrote, please tag me on my social media with your purchase. You see, very often when we are posting any of our designs on social media, we tend to use, websites like Placeit or any other mock-up generating platform like Vexels in order to create some really eye-catching mock-ups to share with our followers on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, what have you. And in doing so, and for so long, a lot of people who are browsing through social media have become really accustomed to seeing this to the point where it's basically glazing over them. Oh, great, another, seller who's trying to pawn his or her wares by putting designs on these professional looking mock-ups. And while in a sense, it's not a bad thing to do, and for many of us, there's no other options but to do so. And again, that's absolutely fine. What I'm actually proposing is what if you could actually obtain photos from your customer base of them showcasing your designs on the products that they purchased and then utilizing those photographs in your social media marketing campaigns so that when potential customers see these particular photos, they'll say, hey, whoa, that woman wearing that design or that guy holding that mug, I can relate with that. That resonates with me, and I can tell it's not a professional mock-up. It's actually some Tom, Dick, Harry, or Lisa or Sally out there who are who have purchased that product and are using it and are really happy to showcase with a photo of them using it. So let me actually dig deeper into what this particular seller is selling, and maybe there might be something which is good for me that I can actually consider buying. So when you get social proof, it's going to help your social media marketing campaigns exponentially. Now, recently, I published another way of actually obtaining social proof. And if you haven't seen that particular episode, it all pertains to the configuration of your shop banner. I'm going to leave a link in the description to that particular episode, and I'm going to be putting a thumbnail of that particular episode on the screen right about now so that you can go ahead and watch it after you've finished watching this episode if you haven't seen it and you don't know how to go about doing it. Now, why would I say about your Redbubble shop banner? Well, there are times when people actually don't click on the artist profile and don't actually get to the bottom of a shop. So by having something like this in your artist profile and something in your shop banner, you're covering both bases in order to try and encourage people to get in touch with you so that you can develop a rapport with them and hopefully obtain that important social proof that every single seller would love to have in his or her arsenal when marketing to the masses. So take a look for that episode. Ursula, well done for this statement over here. If you haven't done this in your own particular artist profile, I would encourage you to obviously follow Ursula's example and do the same with your artist profile as well. Okay, so let's scroll back to the top of the page here and take a look at some of the designs that Ursula has to offer here. Now, one thing that I am not seeing on this particular page that I saw prominently with the other two sellers is the featured collection. Now, even though you have 53 designs, I would highly encourage you to choose one of your collections and create a featured collection to do so. And you can easily do that by going into the dashboard and obviously going through your settings and actually toggling one of your collections to feature as the featured collection. It's as simple as that. And it goes a long way grabbing people's attention when they visit your shop because it's obviously highlighted and featured right at the top of your page. It'll be big and bold, and obviously people will be enticed to have a look. Okay, so let's just take a look through some of the designs here again, as I stated earlier, and obviously this was obviously confirmed from the profile. The designs are prominently photo based, and that's absolutely fine. There's some lovely photos over here. Let's take a look at this one. Line on the sand, A-line dress. This caught my attention here. Okay, so as we can see here, we've got what looks like to be the foam of the sea coming up against the shoreline of a beach. I really like this design. It sort of gives a really nice abstract design. It looks like, it's almost three-dimensional on the dress itself. So well done for that. I really love the way that you captured the angle of the sea foam coming in. Let's just take a look at your description here. So an image taken of a foamy wave washing up on the beach at the Umanu beach, making a line on the sand. I'm going to try it, Maunganui, Bay of Plenty, New Zealand. Okay, so you've given something for Redbubble and Google to utilize when they're indexing this particular design. So you've got your keywords, Umanu Beach, the location, Bay of Plenty, New Zealand, foamy wave, beach. So there's a lot for Google and Redbubble to utilize. What I would highly encourage you to do is to actually copy the title, so in this case, line on the sand, and put it at the beginning of your description. Again, this is for Google, so that obviously when it's indexing, it will have the title already listed in the little blurb followed by your supporting description. Okay, let's go down here. We've got listed on 89 different products. So quite a selection for people to choose from. And we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 tags, which is brilliant. It falls within the 14 to 17 that I advocate for. Now, you do have some single keywords, which are absolutely okay because they're not very generic. I mean, if we take a look at this one, Mawao, I apologize if I mispronounced it. This is not generic. This is not something that is, off the blue like animals or cats or dogs or what have you. This is something specific to the location. So if we had to click on it, let's just see how many keywords we would find. Okay, so this design is actually competing against 67 other results because at the time of publishing there are 68 in total. And if we had to scroll down here, it's a sure bet that the design is going to feature. There it is. Okay, it's towards the end, but it's on page 1 of Redbubble for this listing on desktop. And obviously, clearly, if somebody had to key in this keyword and search for it on a mobile device, it's not going to take them that long to have to scroll through in order to find that design. So again, this is where keyword research is very important and the selection of the keywords that you choose. If it's going to be like a generic keyword like animal, cat, fish, dog, I would be very hesitant. Use those words and create a long tail keyword phrase. If it's something more unique and specific, as is the case here, then yes, it can stand on its own because if somebody is looking for a design based on that location, it's a sure bet that they're going to key in that keyword and obviously your design will be found. So it's all about being aware of your design and the best way to get it in front of the eyes of your customers. Now, on the flip side, and we've got ocean over here. If we just had to click on that, well, ocean is going to bring back 732,000 results. So the likelihood of being found for this keyword is going to be negligible. So again, I don't want to sound like beating a dead horse, but we need to be very, very selective with respect to the keywords that we choose. Okay, so let's just go back to the shop here and just take a look at what else we have on offer. So we got the sticker over here. So this nice flower, and it's one whole piece. It's not a circle or a rectangle or a square. It's following the contour of the stick of the flower, but it's going to come out as one whole piece for the customer. So they're not going to have any difficulties peeling it off. So well done for that. Okay, orange cloud sunset sticker. Okay, so photos would make really wonderful stickers too as well, particularly if it's ordered as a medium or a large size. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, so we got orange cloud sunset sticker. Good keywords for this particular design. Okay, orange cloud sunset shot with tree silhouettes. Not a bad description, but still, again, as I stated earlier, it's very, very basic. We need the title in the description on its own, and then followed by a supporting sentence or two where you are trying to gear your customers to consider not only purchasing it on a sticker, but hey, Why not on an iPhone soft case if they have an iPhone? Or the fact that it's been toggled on for 62 other products. Clearly, there must be some high ticket item products that maybe you could actually, you know, encourage them to consider buying, not only on a sticker. So great for those sunset lovers out there. Looks great on a sticker, but looks even better on a t-shirt, or looks even better on a warm, snuggly throw blanket or a duvet cover. Those particular products where when they're going to buy it, you're going to have a nice profit margin to sink your teeth into. And that's what it's all about. Is trying to use some little bit of psychological manipulation in order to get your customers to consider buying something, or rather upselling them to something in your shop, in order for them to purchase, to open their wallet and spend a little bit more money, thus giving you a little bit more of a profit margin to enjoy. So well done for that. Let's take a look at your tags. Again, your tags, we've got some. Okay, this is what I really like too as well. You've got some, one of your tags pertains to your name and another tag pertains to your shop. This is always a very good tactic to put in with respect to your keyword tag, so that if somebody has seen your design but has forgotten what the title of the design was, but remember what your shop name is, they could actually key in your shop name in the search field on Redbubble, and then obviously all of your designs that are tagged with your shop name or your name will come up, thus helping them to find a design that maybe perhaps they would have forgotten the title to. So that's always a really good tactic to apply with respect to your shop. Okay, so let's just head back to the shop over here. Overall, a really nice appearing shop, very impressive. Well done for that. Love the photography work that you've portrayed in here. Let's try to see about getting the number of photo designs up to 100 for 2022, if not even more, so that when the next fourth quarter in 2022 comes up, you'll be in a really great position to offer your potential clientele a lot of designs, a lot of photography that they can sink their teeth into and consider making a purchase from your shop. So well done. I wish you nothing but success. So there you have it, everybody. We looked at 3 up-and-coming Redbubble shops that have a lot of potential, some really interesting designs. And yes, we did look at a few things that obviously need to be improved upon, but that's only natural, and there's really nothing wrong with that. What's important is that we actually find somebody who can point these out to us, because sometimes it tends to gloss over us, or we don't give it the attention that it deserves. And when somebody actually pinpoints that problem, you'll be more aware of it, and in fact, you'll actually action upon that particular type of critique to make sure that your Redbubble shop will be the best it can possibly be. So as I stated early on in today's episode, if there were any issues in any of these shops that we spoke about today that exist in yours, do take the time to correct it, improve upon it, make your shop that much better, so that when potential customers do visit your shop, they're going to have a real worthwhile experience, they're going to be happy to shop at your shop, and obviously if they have a really great experience and enjoy themselves in doing so, the likelihood of them revisiting your shop to buy something again from you in the future will be that much greater. But for today, that's all I've got. And as always, be safe, be well, be creative. Bye for now.